Greetings to all. Welcome to Future Officers Academy. Today we are going to see the hot topic of the year, session 22. So, under this, we are going to discuss the topics of India-Canada relations and the Indian Ocean Rim Association. These two topics comes under GS 2 paper. So now we'll have detailed analysis of these two topics. Our first topic is about Indian-Canada relations. Under this, we are going to discuss about their background, their pillars, cultural relationships between India and Canada, technological cooperation, their challenges and measures are going to be discussed under this topic. So, India-Canada have a long-standing bilateral relations based on shared democratic, pluralistic and interpersonal values. India-Canada relations are strengthened by an expanding network of bilateral agreements, official dialogues, and memorandum of understanding. Now, India-Canada relations have become sour recently due to the allegations by the Canadian Prime Minister accusing involvement of Indian in the murder of Khalistani separatist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. As a result, bilateral tensions have risen, putting their traditional cooperative relationship under the strain. First, we have to know about the background of India and Canada relationships. So, India and Canada have a long-standing bilateral relationships based on shared democratic values, two societies that are multi-ethnic, multicultural, and multi-religious with strong people-to-people contacts. In recent years, both countries have worked to strengthen bilateral cooperation in a number of mutual beneficial areas. So during the freedom struggle, many Indian migrate settlement in Canada. So Swadesh Sevak Home. It is in Vancouver was instrumental in mobilizing the Indians against the British rule. So in 1947, India and Canada established diplomatic relations after the independence. Both India and Canada share similarity in federal structure as many of the constitution features such as federation with a strong center and vesting of residuary powers in the center were inspired from the Canadian constitution. In early years of their relationship, India and Canada focused on cooperation in areas such as development assistance and education. During the Cold War period, India was the largest recipient of Canadian foreign aid. So these relations were at the crossroads where India conducted nuclear tests. It became low gain when Sikh terrorists blew up Air Indian Flight 182 in 1985. The economic liberation of India, the relationship began to expand in new areas such as trade and investment in the year 1990s. Now, what is a strategic partnership? A significant moment in the relationship occurred in April 2015 when the Indian Prime Minister visited Canada, elevating bilateral ties to the strategic partnership. Now, what are the pillars of India and Canada relations are seen? India and Canada have a comprehensive strategic partnership which encompasses a wide range of areas from political to cultural. Now, what is the political relations? On the ministerial level, India and Canada have the strategic partnership that is supported by ministerial dialogues on the foreign policy, trade, investment, finance, and energy. So, what are the commercial relations? So, commercial relations is first bilateral trade. India was Canada's 10th largest trading partner in 2022, marketing its priority market for the country. The trade balance favors India's bilateral trade between India and Canada is approximately nearly $12 billion in 2023. India exports pharmaceuticals, germs, and jewelry, textiles, machineries to Canada, while Canada exports pulses, timber, pulp, and paper, and mining products to India. With this, under FDI, we have to know, according to Invest India, Canada is the 18th largest foreign investor in India, having invested approximately near $3,306 million between April 2000 and March 2023. Now, what are the cultural relations? First, under cultural relation, we have to know about the diaspora. India and Canada have a number of educational and cultural exchange programs that are over 1.3 million Canadians of Indian origin. This is a significant aspect for soft power diplomacy of India. Canada has sizable Indian diaspora with persons of Indian origin and non-resident Indians, that is PIOs and NRAs, accounting for more than 4% of nation's population. Recognizing this, the Canadian government in 2019 designed April as Sikh Heritage Month. From 2013 to 22, the number of Indians granted permanent residency increased by 260%, indicating a stronger bond between the two countries. The Canadian Parliament has more than 15 Indian origin MPs heading minister portfolios in a current cabinet. New Democratic Party, which is one of the largest party in Canada, is headed by Indian origin person. Under education, we have to know about India has also been the top source country for international students in Canada since 2018. Next, the Shastri Indo-Canadian Institute. That is SSCI was founded in 1968 to promote academic relations in the field of education. The Department of Earth Science and Polar Canada has launched a knowledge exchange and scientific research program on cold climatic Arctic studies. Under tourism, we have to know Canada is India's fourth largest of tourists. During 2021, Canada accounted for 5.3% of all foreign tourist arrivals in India. Now, what are the technological cooperation seen between these two countries? First, the research and development. So the primary goal of an Indo-Canadian science and technology cooperation has to be promote industrial R&D that has the potential for application to the development of new intellectual property process, prototypes or products. With that, IC Impacts is a Canada-Indian research center of excellence dedicated to the development of research collaborations between Canada and India. Now we have to see in the space. ISRO and CSA, that is Canadian Space Agency, have signed memorandums of understanding for cooperation in the field of space exploration and utilization, as well as two implementation arrangements addressing satellite tracking and space autonomy. Next is nuclear energy. The nuclear cooperation agreement was signed with Canada in June 2010, which resulted in formation of Joint Committee on Civil Nuclear Cooperation. Now, what are the challenges seen between these two countries? The first challenge is trade barriers. Trade has been a contentious issue between India and Canada. Both countries have faced trade barriers and restrictions such as tariffs and non-tariffs barrier, which have hindered the growth of bilateral trade. Trade negotiations on the free trade agreement between India and Canada have been paused again. Canada has expressed concerns about India's restriction on agricultural imports, particularly in areas like pulses crops, example lentils and chickpeas. Next, human rights issues. Human rights issues. So, Canada has been vocal about human rights concerns in India, particularly related to the treatment of religious minorities such as Sikhs and Muslims. Next, challenges is visa and immigration issues. Changes in visa and immigration policies in Canada have led to concerns in India. Now, India has suspended visas for Canadians, further escalating for tensions. So, next challenges geopolitical issues. One issue such as Afghanistan, Iran, China, Pakistan, and terrorism, India and Canada have opposing viewpoints on this interest. Next challenges is perceived lack of focus in India. So these are some of the challenges. So with this, we have to know about the Khalistan issue. The Khalistani separatist movement have been a source of tension between India and Canada for many years. The movement advocates for the creation of an independent Sikh state known as Khalistan, separate from India. The growing influence of Khalistani advocacy in Canada in recent years, the Khalistani issue has become more prominent in Canada due to the presence of local Sikh diaspora in Canada. So, advocating for the Khalistan cause, this is due to the part to the rise of social media and the spread of Khalistani propaganda online. India has expressed concerns about the influence of Canada-based Khalistan sympathisers and has criticized Canada for not taking stronger action against them. In G20 summit, India and Canada met only on the sidelines of G20 summit 2023 held in India. During the G20 summit, India held bilateral meetings with many world leaders but not with Canada. India-Canada free trade agreements talk have been against postponed due to the concerns about pro-Khalistan activities. Also, both India and Canada expelled the senior diplomats. Moreover, in recent, India has ordered Canada to reduce its diplomats in the country. Now, what are the measures can be taken to strengthen India and Canada relations? First, the diplomatic engagement should be taken. Following that, addressing the Khalistani issue, also by deepen economic cooperation and investment and strategic cooperation. With that, environmental collaboration, also to promote people to people ties. All these measures can strengthen the India-Canada relationships. So that's all from this topic. Our next topic is about Indian Ocean Association. Indian Ocean Region, that is IOR, is a geographical region that encompasses the Indian Ocean and its surrounding areas, including the littoral states and islands. The region spans from the African coast in the west to the Australian coast in the east, from the Arabian Peninsula and the Persian Gulf in the north to the southern coast of Sri Lanka and Australia in the south. The Indian Ocean is the world's third largest ocean, covering an area of approximately 70.6 million square kilometers. It is the home for several important sea lanes of communication, including Strait of Malacca, the Suez Canal, and the Bab el Mandeb Strait, which connect Asia, Europe, and Africa. Now, what are the significance of this IOR? The first significance is geopolitical importance. Under this geographical location, it serves as a major transit route for global trade, including oil and gas shipments. It is home to several important choke points such as the Strait of Malacca and Bab el Mandeb Strait. The next significance is economic importance. So the IOR is the home for several fast-growing economies, including India, China, and several Southeast Asian nations. The region is rich in natural resources, including oil, natural gas, and fisheries, and it is the major destination for foreign investment. It shares nearly 64% of global population and 60% of the global GDP. Next, security importance. The IOR is also a region of great security importance, with several countries in the region facing threats from terrorism, piracy, and maritime security challenges. Next, environmental importance. The IOR is the home to several important maritime ecosystems, including coral reefs and mangrove forests that are vital for maintaining biodiversity and supporting local communities. So this region is also vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, including rising sea levels and increased frequency of extreme weathers. Now, what is this IORE? It is the intergovernmental organization which was established in March 1997. It was formerly known as Indian Ocean Rim Initiative and Indian Ocean Rim Association for Regional Cooperation. So this IORA secretariat is based on in Mauritius. It became an observer to the UN General Assembly and the African Union in 2015. So it has nearly 23 member states and 11 dialogue partners. So China is a dialogue partner in the IORA. Now, what are the objectives of it? To promote sustainable growth and balanced development of the region. Also to focus on those areas of economic cooperation which provided maximum opportunities for development, shared interest and mutual benefits. To promote liberalization, remove impediments and lower barriers towards the freer and enhanced flow of goods, services, investment and technology within the Indian Ocean Rim. Now, what are the six priorities have been seen here? The maritime safety and security, trade, investment and facilitation, fisheries management, disaster risk management, blue economy, academic science technology, tourism and cultural exchange, and women economic empowerment. These are the some of the priorities of Indian Ocean Rim Association. Now, what is the main signification of this IORA? The IOR has always made significant contributions to the world economy. The region is home to 35% of world's population and also accounts for 19% of total gross domestic product. So moreover 80% of seaborne trade uses routes though the Indian Ocean. So that's all from this topic. To read this document, you can visit our website. Our website link have been provided in the description. To get more daily current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel. Thank you.